Garrett, Hopkins. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm 19 years old.
All right. How do you identify yourself, including groups you identify with other than LGBTQ?
Hang on, is this a sexuality question?
It is however you identify. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
I identify as demisexual, pansexual.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Sure.
All right. What are some positive and negative experiences you've had at school, work, or your place of worship because of your LGBTQ identity?
Didn't necessarily get bad until I moved to a really big school, Vestavia Hills, and I dealt with a lot of bullying there where I had people spit on me. I had a bottle of water poured on me my junior year, and they told me to go effing die, faggot. And I approached the principal about it, and he basically told me that there was nothing he could do about it. And it just continued and got worse for quite a while until my senior year. People finally kind of just left me alone, but it was still pretty bad for a while.
How do you think people react to you in Alabama? And how are you perceived, and does this impact you in any way? And I can also ask you these questions one at a time. They're just kind of lumped together on the interview, if you would prefer.
Yes, one at a time.
All right.
My mind's kind of like, what?
Yeah. How do you think people react to you in Alabama?
Okay, multiple different things. One, I think people are kind of confused because they take a little while to figure out what my gender is or what my sex is. It takes them a while to kind of process that. And then second, when they find out that I am male, they obviously assume that I'm gay and don't really treat me as well as they treat others. Like, I work in a place where I deal with women every single day as customers and just people in general, and I get called ma'am very, 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 very frequently. And whenever I correct them for sir, most of the time I just get an O, and then not an apology or anything, and then they just kind of walk away.
All right. So you kind of addressed how you're perceived too, but does this impact you in any way?
I mean, it hurts, I guess, because I'm just being myself, and it's hard when people don't accept that, and when people just don't know how to process it, it kind of hurts me.
However you define your family, how have they responded to your LGBTQ identity?
Well, my mother's side of the family does not acknowledge it at all. My mother, to this day, does not believe me. And my dad's side of the family, however, is extremely accepting. They talk to me about people I'm dating and stuff like that frequently. So it's more open with them than it is with other family. So.
All right. So where or with whom do you feel the most safe, and can you describe these places or people for us?
My safe zone really is going to be with my work, because my home has gotten to the point where it's no longer a safe zone for me. When I said earlier that my father's side of the family is more accepting, while that's happening, my father himself isn't necessarily accepting. And it's hard for me to be in a house where I'm not being accepted. And that's just become the place I just feel uncomfortable now. And my safe zone is going to be my work, because the people there feel more like my family, because I have a deeper emotional connection with those people. I feel like they truly know who I am, and they understand me more than anyone else.
All right. So you kind of addressed this, but could you elaborate a little bit more what it is about these people that make you feel safe with them?
Yes. I guess it's the fact that they know more about me than anyone else does. Like I said, they're my family. I go to them when I have any type of personal issue, or if I'm feeling people, obviously. If I'm feeling negative about myself, we talk about it, and they help me overcome that better than anyone else would.
All right. What are you most proud of in your life?
I guess my ability to hold it together. A lot of shit has happened. A lot of bad things have happened, and I feel like it's helped me become a stronger person and more strong-willed, and I feel that I'm more proud of myself for being able to overcome again and again and having that.
All right. What do you look forward to, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? That was a good face.
That was a good face. I look forward to being able to finally step out, and I don't really know how to put this into words, but for example, with my work, I look forward to being able to move into a position that fulfills what I feel inside, for my passion. It makes me feel like I represent something bigger than that is myself. And being able to do that is something that I look forward to more than anything.
All right. If you had unlimited resources, time, people, money, whatever you can think of, what would you do to make things better for LGBTQ youth in Alabama?
Things. One, I'd make sure that bullying was not tolerated at all. I mean, there's no excuse for it. That's no. And second, I would want to make sure that every high school has a gay-straight alliance, just for there to be a safe place for kids to go to when home isn't enough, just so they feel like they're not alone.
Thank you. What issues that you face as an LGBTQ youth in Alabama do you feel need more focus or should be addressed more effectively or efficiently than they currently are?
The bullying, definitely.
Okay. What advice or message would you like to give to LGBTQ youth in Alabama?
Stay strong. Be strong-willed. Be who you are and love who you are. Because at the end of the day, that's all we have.
Okay, last question. What motivated you to tell your story, and what do you hope it might do for LGBTQ youth in Alabama?
I mean, just life experience and knowing that every person's story helps. Like, it all ends up building together and helping a cause. And being able to share your story with other people, they can relate. Be able to see, I'm not alone and I can make it through this.
So, what do you hope your story and message might do? Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah. I just hope that it helps kids in Alabama especially see that they're not alone and be able to find some source of strength within themselves to accept who they are, because that does take a lot. And so being able to feel the empowerment from other people will help them.
All right, thank you.